Okay, so the goal here is to have individuals go to this website that belongs to our client, make a reservation, and that reservation pop up on a Google Calendar that belongs to our client. The reservations would show up as events, and with them would be any subsequent information that the customer needs. The issue here is that I cannot insert an event into another person's Google Calendar if I'm not logged in under the respective account. So we want to illustrate this real quick. Let's run a local server out of our working directory. And if we navigate to that server, this is actually a page provided by Google to play around with working with their client API. So if I add an event, initially met with login required, and that is confusing because I am a Google user and I am logged into my account. The issue is I'm not logged into the account that owns this calendar. And as much as a problem as that can be, if I was to do the exact same thing in another browser that's logged in under the same account, I wouldn't have any issues. So let's go to the exact same page, let's pull up our console so you can see the information at the bottom. And if I add an event here, the pre-programmed event is inserted without any issues immediately, and it pops up over here on our calendar. So that's exactly what we want. The issue is we do not want to assume that everybody has a Google account, nor can we think that there's any way possible for everybody to log in under the same account. So we cannot use the client API, nor can we use client accounts. What we're going to do is instead use a Google service account. And the way that that will function is Google service accounts are given special IDs, and from there we want to request a special token. And with every request we send, the token is sent as well, and it verifies that we actually have access to the calendar or the information or whatever data we're trying to access. So before we go over the code, let's briefly look at an example. So if we go back to our server, we're going to pull up this example right here. This is just a template pulled up from Webflow, and we inserted our own script into it. So let's pull up the console at the bottom so we can see exactly what's going on. We want to just fill out this form just as a user would. We select the dates we want, and we can refine the look of the calendar as well as the form and anything else we need. This is purely for testing. So when I click submit, we'll notice that all the information is submitted. This is the console with everything we need, and we even showed that we added it back in the code. Now you'll even notice that if we go back to our calendar, the event popped up. So just to illustrate that you can even do more than one, we're going to reload the page. And like I said, later we can add in any information we need. There's a wide array of options with Google Calendar. So when we add that again, another event is added, and it'll pop up shortly right over here. Okay, so very quickly, let's look at how this is done. The main portion of this is requesting the token. The way this is done is we take our calendar ID. This says exactly what calendar we want to edit. We take our service account ID, which is tied directly to our service account, which has to be given access to that calendar, at least editing access, whether or not it's a manager or not. From there, we take a key. Whenever you make this service account, you're given a key that verifies your identity. We use that key, and then we take plenty of other information. This basically says that we're going to be talking to the authentication URL, and then we also want to have access to Google Calendar's API. So then we take our service account ID and we bundle all of this together, and we use that as a claim, and we send that claim to Google through the form of an HTTP request down here. And in return, we are given a token. So we assign the response to this variable token, and we use that token throughout the remainder of the code. So we format an event. The event is formatted in a way that we know Google will accept it with certain dates, and then a summary and a creator. And then we even want to add the event, and here's exactly where that is sent to Google. And of course, it has to append the token. If it doesn't have the token, we cannot insert any information, and we will not get access. And that will let us insert an event whether we are logged into any Google account or not. And then we simply call everything when the button is called for make new event.